NLE Choppa is in a world of trouble. Not for anything that he's doing musically now. It's because he's lost the war. Because what we heard today was insane. If you didn't know, last week he already took an L when we heard this.
So, to be honest, my son doesn't think that that's his dad. My son thinks that my ex is his father. He calls Calvin daddy. That's the only man he's called daddy. He's never called Bryson dad. He doesn't, he with Bryson, he's very wishy-washy. So like on his birthday, but he like fuck with him like how he fuck with my brothers. Like fuck with my brothers and then he won't fuck with them. Like he's like, my son is very like, he'll fuck with you today and not fuck with you. But Calvin, he thinks that's his dad. He'll sit on the phone with him for hours and just talk to him about nothing, just babble on the phone. He'll cry if I take the phone away from him. Calls him daddy, dada.
Then you hear all types of rumblings and stumblings and all this crap.
I understand. Now, we know that you are co-parenting with NLE Choppa, and he's definitely been, more vocal about apologizing for some things in the past. Where are you guys at right now?
You want my honest answer?
Yes.
I don't give a rat. I want him and his light away from me, being underneath his light. I got on baddies to try to re-expose myself because being under somebody's light, you don't like that. I wish him the best, but he can really just off.
Period. You doing your big one. You got the name for yourself. So I think that's amazing that you're out here. You're showing maturity and growth, and we just wish you more success. What else you got coming up we can support you with?
So I have my clothing line and my hairline. I'm revamping all that. I'm coming out with my son's line. I'm also just, doing what I can do. So whatever's...
And his mama came out and said something that we didn't know, but apparently the baby mama, NLE Choppa, and NBA YoungBoy knew.
YB a good artist. We ain't got against YB. He a good artist. He may have some issues, but he a good artist. But y'all want to play on the motherfucking internet. Y'all want to play and act like the kids don't listen to his music. Y'all want to put YB in this. YB a good artist. We ain't got against YB. He a good artist. He may have some issues, but he a good artist. But everybody know you hoes fuck with them folks. You did that. You think we don't know? You think that man gonna get on live and say he y'all? Oh, you, I don't know about the other one. But you and didn't know it? Everybody know that You know it. And you talking about, oh, I'm finna go sue you for see, oh, he spent more time about thinking about YB than you. No. Everybody know what the fuck you got going on, ho. Everybody know that. I don't even get on live. I don't even talk about y'all. I don't call y'all out y'all name. I don't do none of that shit. But y'all don't went too far. Both of y'all don't went too fucking far. This man done did everything for y'all. And y'all trying to bury him and trying to end his career on some bull.
Ain't nothing colder than your baby mama smashing your fake op because you and NBA YoungBoy ain't ops. You was actually idolizing that man for a while. Just gonna keep it all the way authentic. You know what else keeps you guys all the way authentic? That QR code right there, yeah. That's $5 as soon as you sign up. Hit that QR code or tap the link in the description. You can put $5 in your account real quick. Play some games, win some more money, and that's free cash. #1 goddamn finance app on Apple Store and goddamn the Play Store. There you go, man. #1 finance app, so it ain't no scams. Read the reviews before you actually download it, and you'll be good to go. That's free cash. Tap the QR link or hit the link in the description. So you can't tell your baby mamas what to do. But you damn sure should be able to tell your mama what to do. Because NBA YoungBoy's mama NBA YoungBoy's mama, NLE Choppa's mama is going off the Richter scales. And it seemed like she don't give a damn what happens with her son's rep, because her son's reputation is fatally flawed after she said what she said. Rolling.
How the fuck he gonna call him up here when y'all got him on block? Y'all blocked me. Y'all blocked my mama, 81 years old. My mama should be worried about no whether she can see her great grandchildren or not. Y'all know my mama love y'all, and this how y'all treat her out of all the people? Really? I don't give a fuck. Y'all ain't gotta let me see it, but my mama and my fucking son, y'all know them two right there. If anybody, make sure, I make sure. But my heart ain't in it because I already knew what type of manipulative mother hoes that y'all are. I already knew it. On the fucking internet to say Chosen don't see his daddy. Why? Why he don't see him? He don't see him because you don't allow him to see him. You don't want him to see him. You withhold him from seeing him. You don't want to take responsibility for him to see him. Why? Because he didn't want to marry you. You're mad because, clock that T as the kids say, he's 19 and you're mad because he didn't want to marry you. Why? Because you're fucking crazy. You're a Looney Tune. That's why he didn't marry you. Why? He 19 and you 26 years old. You done lived your life. You done seen the world. He ain't seen a deal. But you want this marry you at 19? You asked me, and I told you don't ask me because you ain't ready for my response. And you know that. You ain't ready for my response. He ain't ready to be married at no 19 and you 26, 27 years old. After you done did all you wanted to do around the motherfucking world. He ain't did. He just getting outside. So of course. And him being a man, a real man, I said, if you gonna do this shit, you need to be upfront and lay that shit on the ground.
And this ain't the first time she did that. The first time she jumped out the window, the baby mama had to jump out hers. The second baby mama had to jump out and basically tell the mom what to do because apparently she wasn't listening.
Miss Pearly, I hope after today, you don't fix your funky fingers to type no post about me or my kid ever in your life. I don't even know what the fuck made you do some shit like that. After almost 3 weeks of this conversation, you brought the shit back up. Now, I know you wish you would never did that. Start some shit with me, Mariah. Out of all fucking people, when you know how, you know, stop fucking playing with me. You need to stay in your fucking place, bitch. We don't have no kids with you. Why is you even running off at the fucking mouth? You got big shit to fry. Literally. Do you want to talk about what conversation we had when you got fucking drunk and got to tell me about your site? Showing me them videos of y'all? You want to talk about that? I don't think so. I advise you to, because you still talking, you still running off at the mouth. I advise you to.
And now it's not just that. We find out later on, boy, you so infatuated and so focused on NBA YoungBoy that you don't even call your own child. Now, there are instances where certain fathers aren't in their kids' lives and they'll wait until they become 18 because the mother tries to weaponize the kids against the fathers. So if you don't want to have an aneurysm, a heart attack, any type of thing, stress yourself out because the mother is putting you through hell, then I 100% get that part. But what I don't understand is this part that's right here.
Y'all are getting what I'm saying misconstrued, and of course y'all love to post clips that are like half and not what the full thing I said. But let me go ahead and say what I said. My son knows what was around him. My son knows what is and what was present to him. So a man who was consistently around me and my son, lived in the same house with me and my son, doing father figure duties for my son, being there, loving my son, and building a bond with my son, and my son has no vision, no see, no nothing of his actual father. That's what the fuck I mean. He doesn't. You want me to correct a child? What you want me to correct? We know that's not his dad. But he's 2 years old. He just turned 2. For 1. He just turned 2. For 2, that's all he knows. So, yes, he has another male that's a father figure in his life. There's nobody to be his dad. This is the same man who calls Chosen his son. Who loves Chosen. His family loves Chosen. His family done did more for my son than his actual fucking real family. I'm confused. They have actually been there with Chosen more than the actual real family has. Nobody's bitter. People ask me motherfucking questions about a present father and a not present father, and I gave a fucking example. His real dad, seen him about 3 times last year. The beginning of January, a few weeks before his birthday, and on his birthday. That was the last time he saw my son, in August. The last time he called my son was in October. The last time Chosen seen Calvin was literally last week. When Calvin calls, Chosen wants to sit on the phone with Calvin all day. We know that's not his father, but he is a father figure to my son. Nobody's bitter about that bitch. The only thing a bitch could be mad about is that, you know what, I had to make the bed that I laid in. I had a baby with this nigga. It is what it is. Whoop-de-doo. But you're not finna get on this internet or anywhere else to portray you're a father that you're not. I'm never going to allow that happen. And the next time you call threatening me, talking about somebody lying on you, show me proof where you are actually a father. Because calling January to see him and then not speaking from January to March or April and then calling to get him again, you can kiss my motherfucking ass. Yes. A person will use conflict and say, I wouldn't let him get his son. Why would I sit here and continue to let you be inconsistent? You can't be consistent with calling or texting, asking him what he's doing, how he's doing, have he ate, does he need anything, how's doctor's appointments. You've never been to a doctor's appointment. You've never spent a holiday with my son. The holiday I was letting you get him for Christmas, you never came and got him. You was with your other children. You never came and got him. So when I do try to and give you grace, you misuse it, for 1. For 2, you don't know what he wears, what he likes, what he don't like, what he's allergic to. You don't know what he eat, what he don't eat, what he like to do. Like, you only know if I post anything, maybe, if that. You literally will call 1 month out of a day and be like, hey, let me get my son. And then go 3, 4, 5, 6 months without calling and texting or even trying to communicate, and then will randomly call and be like, hey, let me get my son. What kind of mother would I fucking be to an inconsistent nigga? You only try to call him try to get him for special occasions. The last time you seen him was on his birthday. You came in with all the camera and shit. You ain't seen him since. You ain't, hey, can we sit down and go somewhere? Or you ain't did none of that. The last time you called was in October, the beginning of October. You ain't called since.
Now, in the previous clip, of course, you heard the baby mama say, hey, nah. NLE Choppa, he's a cool father to have a child with, I guess, because a stepdaddy will come immediately after that. You put yourself in a peculiar situation when you do these things. It makes you, NLE Choppa, as a so-called spiritual woke person, as you try to often be, kind of terrible. See, one thing your mama tried to do that she shouldn't have tried to do is try to give us, quote unquote, understanding that, oh, he's 19. Because we had NLE Choppa telling us, oh, you're supposed to follow me and eat these fruits and do these vegetable stuffs and vegetable diets and all this stuff. So you can't be a quote unquote woke leader and all of these type of things that you lead with and all of this crap and everything. And you literally are out of it. Meaning morality wise, you're out of it. You selected to lay with this woman and make children. That's why we have issues with people who come from spiritual realms, because you're not living in your spiritual realm. You're living in your flesh, and flesh runs your body and rules your body. See, when you say you trying to be a message for the youth, what youth exactly if you can't lead your own? See, that's the massive hypocrisy that happens with y'all. And there's always two sides to a story. And you said Seti Nash, bruh, if the baby mama giving him hell and all of this crap and everything, bruh, it is what it is. Yeah, but I mean that when your kids are like 15, 16, 17. I'll even give you 14. NLE Choppa, you're at a point where if you wanted to be in your kids' lives, all you had to do is hire a lawyer and fight for them. But it seems as though you don't want to, which means either you're too controlling or you just don't care about that kid because of the mama. Either or, I think your whole entire, you trying to save the youth from NBA YoungBoy, you can't even save your youth to show them a man. And that's where people like you always falter. This is why people will always call out the hypocrisies of leaders, because they can't lead in their own life, but they can tell you how to lead yours. It's like the broke man trying to give you rich advice. The fat man telling you how to get skinny. The drug addict telling you how to stay sober. Because we don't want to hear your failures. We only want to champion your success. Nobody cares about the million times that you did the things wrong and then eventually you got it right. Nobody cares about the whole entire holistic shit and fight cancer and all of this stuff. If you can't stop your young son from being a cancer to society, he might grow up and be terrible, because he might grow up and definitely hate you. And if he hates you, who does he go to? He goes to your rival. Sins of the father. It is what it is. If my kids hated me, the first thing they're going to do is go be a goddamn Cowboys fan. I had to disown them. It is what it is. Shout out to the Patriots. I didn't know y'all had two quarterbacks today. I got wrong on that one, but it really wasn't wrong. I just didn't know that C.J. Stroud played for the New England Patriots too. Y'all got to tell me about that one next time. But it is what it is, man. What can we really say about NLE Choppa except the hypocrisy and hypocritical state of mind that he actually is in? You want to fight with Ben 10 and all of them. You ready to die about some bullshit, about some words and people pulling up and all this shit, but you ain't ready to go to war about your child? Bro, your morals are all out of whack. Your kid is young, running around call somebody else daddy. I could see if we didn't know that was his kid. Like if you got a paternity test like 3-4 years old, then it's hard for that kid to break that bond. But that shit don't exist here. You was there from the beginning. So when your mom try to say, oh, you try to force him to marry you and all that shit, he's trying to force a whole culture of people to start eating like him and start doing certain shit like him. So we abandon our children as well? Flawless shit, man. But anyways, y'all let me know your thoughts on this one. Do y'all believe there's more to this and then NLE Choppa needs to speak out? Or do y'all believe he needs to be silent and just take his medicine because it ain't nothing he can say? Or y'all like me, stop listening to these young ass dummies because they live a life of hypocrisy at the finest. But if you feeling what we spilling, hit that like button. If not, this shit, comment your thoughts and tell me why you hate it over here as well. That works just fine. But 300K, we winning these ones. We are 27K away from that giveaway. We're almost at 26K. We're like 200 subscribers away from 26K. But anyways, subscribe today. Be an active subscriber, and you can win one of these for free at 300,000 subs. But click right here, though, to see how, unfortunately, time was ticking and the deadline didn't get hit. Click right here to find out all about that video, or click right here for the playlist, and I'll catch you on the next one.